to our Doveton Live cooking show. Today we have our special guest, Chef Chrissy.
Hi everybody, thank you Wetu, thank you Kakan. Really looking forward to cooking today. Do you know what we're cooking today?
Today we're cooking soft breakfast burritos.
Soft breakfast burritos. Breakfast is one of my favourite meals of the day, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this is a recipe part of the series about cooking with eggs and teenagers at home, so you can make yourself some healthy food. Good options if you're having to cook for yourself occasionally. So our ingredients today. We've got some eggs, salt and pepper, olive oil, some sour cream, cheese, and obviously some tortillas or wraps. A special ingredient is some Tabasco sauce, which is a bit spicy and nice, some coriander. And so let's start cooking. Perfect. First thing we're going to do is cut up our tomatoes. Now the recipe asks us to use some fresh tomatoes and to dice them up to make a sort of a salsa. So we'll start. So to dice up the tomato, you cut it in half first, and then this way, and then this way. You can also remove the seeds, but some people like the seeds. It depends on how wet you want it to be. So you can take the seeds out if you want to.
Was this your first time making breakfast burritos?
Yeah, it is actually. I've never made breakfast burritos before. I've eaten a few burritos. I do like them. I quite like them with chicken and with beef and different kinds of things. So you could add to this recipe, but it's never a breakfast burrito, no. So it's a first for me. So we've now got in this bowl finely diced tomato ready to go. So the next thing we need to chop up are our chilies. Yeah. So the chili that we're going to use is this long red chili and also the small green chilies. These have more heat, and the heat is usually in the seeds. So seeds in or seeds out?
Seeds in.
Seeds in. What about you, Wetu?
Yeah, seeds in.
Seeds in. Okay, we're going to leave the seeds in the chili. I'll take them out of the long capsicum though. So I'm going to cut that in half. Capsicum cut up. Start with that. And again, we're going to make it a fine chop, so we'll go lengthways first to get some of the next one.
Are you able to change the recipe around?
Yeah, I think you could. Again, you could make a salsa based on sort of anything you really like. Vegetables that you enjoy eating. For example, if you don't like tomato, don't include them. Add something else. But you could even cook it off a little bit. If you wanted it rather than a fresh salsa, you could make a cooked salsa, which we made a version of in one of our other cooking shows. So if you're interested in that recipe, you can look at the other cooked salsa that we made. This one is a fresh salsa, so this one's probably quickest and easiest. So now we have in our bowl the capsicum, the chili, and the tomato. And we give it a stir. Make sure we need to put into this salsa. So we've got our tomato, our chili. We need some coriander. So this is our coriander. We're just going to chop a little bit of that up. So it's fresh, and we just need to break some off. It smells. Okay, Tabasco sauce. Do we want Tabasco sauce?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we do. So let's pop a bit in. Should we be generous with the Tabasco sauce?
Nah.
Go mild. What do you think?
Go mild.
Go
Go
mild.
mild. So the Tabasco sauce is in. The capsicum is in. The coriander is in. The what else do we put in there? Tomato is in.
Yeah.
We need some salt and pepper, just to season it a little bit. Bit of salt. The only thing I am going to prepare before we start frying and preparing our eggs is the lettuce, because we're going to serve the lettuce in the wrap as well. So we'll just chop off a little bit. We don't need the whole thing right now. And we're going to shred the lettuce. Now to shred lettuce, if you cut off a slice like that and you just run the knife down the side, you get nice sort of thin pieces. So we're going to prepare the eggs for our burrito, and we need 8 of them. So it's 8 eggs for this recipe. So in a bowl, we're going to crack some eggs. 1. You good at cracking eggs? No? All right, I'll give you a tip. You good at cracking eggs? No. Oh, well, we need a tip then. Okay, when you crack an egg, you put a little bit of a chip inside it, and then what a lot of kids do is push down. Rather than pushing down, put your thumbs together and pull apart and let the egg fall out. That's probably the best tip I can give you. All right, and some sour cream. Now, you could use milk if you didn't have sour cream, but the sour cream will make it nice and obviously creamy. And if you don't have sour cream, you could use normal cream. So it's just an element to give it a creamy texture to the eggs. And then we're going to whisk it. Do you know how to whisk? No, do you know how to whisk? Oh, it's all up to me today. Okay, so we whisk by using a wrist movement. If you can see my wrist, a lot of kids stir, and stirring won't break up the yolk, so we need to whisk as rapidly as we can, and it blends in the sour cream. So you're putting in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. That's it, perfect. Now the olive oil will make sure it doesn't stick, and we'll put it onto a medium heat. So eggs cook very quickly, so that's why they're handy to have in the fridge, because you can cook them fast and you get a nice meal. There's lots of good vitamins and minerals in eggs. So as the egg heats up, you basically have to keep stirring it. Now the reason you do that is because it starts to stick. You can see it starts to clump.
Yeah.
Can you see how the clumps begin to form? Those clumps are the beginning of your scrambled egg. So I'm not sure if you can see that. Okay, so we can see now that that's coming together, and because it's a burrito, we want it to have a softness to it. We don't want it to be too firm. We turn off the heat and just keep stirring, because the residual heat will continue cooking the egg. Okay, so we're ready now to put our burritos together. Are you two ready?
Yes.
Yeah, looking forward. So we've got our eggs, we've got our salsa, we've got our chopped lettuce. Pecan, let me get you to open the cheese. I'm going to tear open. So the first thing we need to do is put some salsa on the bottom. Oh, that looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then we'll pop some egg in. Delicious. I'll tell you what, you could serve this in a cafe. Okay. So now to wrap a burrito can be a bit tricky. You have to fold the bottom up, wrap one side and roll it over and wrap the other side, and you end up. So there we have our very tasty, very healthy breakfast burritos.